Can you hear me? There we go. Maybe that's working. All right. Let's try this again. Just had to reboot everything, it looks like. Sorry about that. I don't know what the hell that problem was. Hello, the vets. Can you guys hear me now? It's saying that you guys can hear me now. Yeah. Okay, cool. I just had to reboot YouTube. That was the problem. Was not my microphone, was not anything on my end. It was on their end, evidently. Because now you all can hear me. So now I was going to ask you again. Everybody getting ready for the holidays and all that fun stuff and things and whatnot. Because let's see if I can position. There's a big ass box back here that has Vince's drum kit in it. So how's everybody doing? Yeah. I don't know what the heck happened there. Seriously. I went and Borf, Freebird, Michael, hello. No clue what happened. Like I said, I just shut out, went back and started it all over again, and that works fine. So probably should have done that from the beginning. Cool. Vince had to question because it came in while I was at work, and the Tina was had to drag it in, and it weighs a ton. It took me and the Joe to bring it downstairs. So, damn. Yeah. So he doesn't know what it is. He just knows there's a big box in the corner. And also, if you look right here, this package here is his too. So Christmas Eve, yeah, I got to do Christmas Eve with my mom and my stepdad and the family, out at my mom's house, and then we'll have Christmas the next morning here. So I'm preparing something probably for Christmas Eve. I don't know. Should I do something Christmas or Christmas Eve? Because I'm thinking about doing the. Do you guys want a grindhouse for Christmas Eve? When was the last time you had a real tree? Never. I had never have had a real tree in my entire life. It's always been fake. Awesome Joe. Thank you. It's the Snake Eyes cover, except for it's way after they lost the rights to Marvel, so it's like weird. Been fake some in the 90s. Yeah. Something for Christmas Eve. Okay. I'm thinking about doing the grindhouse for Christmas Eve, so I'm working on that now. Actually, I'm working on this weekend's episodes. So somebody can look quick. You can tell what's going to be on the show tonight, or I've been having fun putting all this stuff together. Oh well, Autumn told Jay I said hello, and yeah, but no, we're working on that. The Tina's we were going to do another Doctor and the Witch for Christmas. But her hours have been insane lately, so it's been a debacle. We might still try to do something. Maybe if we can't do that, we'll do like a New Year's Eve thing. I don't know. So I want to say thank you guys for sticking with us on Saturday night. I had planned on being here way earlier, and by the time I got home, I was worn out. For those that live in the Ohio area, I know some of you do. Columbus was almost completely snowed in. We drove to a concert and spun out not once, but twice on the interstate. Full rotation. Once on the way there, once on the way back. Wait, it's Saturday. I wish it was Saturday. No, I don't. No, last Saturday was a complete and total crazy mess. Um, Went to a concert. Uh, Normally it's an hour and 20, hour 30 drive back from Columbus to my house. It took almost 3 hours there and took almost 2.5 hours back. So it was a long white knuckle ride in the white out snow and crap, but I will not let tickets go bad on a concert. I've let them do it once and I was mad. I'm still mad about it. That's from earlier this year. Um, and right now I'm working on the Pickle Comic Con coming back in, looks like April. We're doing a lot of that stuff. Denver. Oh my God, I couldn't believe that. Yeah. Denver is average of like 18 feet of snow, isn't it? I mean, you wave when you were close to. I was not close to Canton. I was hours away from Canton. I was near Columbus. I can't tell you that. Something. Your job tomorrow. Sweet, Michael. Where are you going to go work? That's awesome. Congratulations. But yeah, so it's craziness here. So it's that time of year for craziness. So the shop's been a madhouse. And suddenly there's a bug flying around my head. Jesus Christ, where the hell did that come from? It's cold outside. Where the hell the flies come from? I know where they come from. They come up from the drain. All right. So I don't know. You guys having fun with the current lineups of things? Freeze. I only need the freeze to kill 100% Borf. Oh my God. I could go without bugs. Lightning bugs. But yeah, everybody's still digging the lineups on things. I'm mixing it up. I found some shows for Saturday. I added some stuff for Anime Source. Also, did everybody like Martian Chronicles for for Sci Fridays? So this is going to be a weird one. I'm trying to remember where I'm at here. Oh yeah, no more Shadow Chasers. That is all done. But I'm trying a new show this week. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it goes through. Trying a couple shows for that, and I'm trying to thing for Anime Source and for Saturday Morning Serials. So I'm trying to bring you guys a wide variety. So yeah, ladybugs are cool. Potato bugs not so much. Yeah, autumn. Yeah, I can't believe I was able to show Martian Chronicles. Yeah, that was insane. Autumn, I did not yet, but I will be working on reading that here shortly. I've been stupid busy, and for some reason, I had issues with the shop computer not wanting to do anything on YouTube. It would go to what I wanted to do, and then so when I'm normally like reading, I know this is bad. I normally read all the comments when I'm slow at work. And then, but like I said, the computer's been wonky. If you've noticed, I kind of been having issues with jumping back in on Saturday. So, yeah, it's a shocker, man. But you know what? I'm gonna keep showing shows till they basically tell me I can't. Which they've done a lot lately. Like if I've gone through and I had them shut down stuff I've done from concerts, which I kind of understand. But yeah. And so many. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Arthritis in your fingers and hands. I got the reverse of that. Like these two fingers have no feeling. I've tried to do Demon City, so yeah. Go to a convenience store called Burn Dairy. Sweet. I was a tomboy growing up. Yeah. Mine is, I used to play bass, and now you can't play bass when you can't feel these two fingers. It's a little harder. Well, I can still, but it's a little hard to, I can move them, which is really bad because when I'm like working on cars or something, I really have to hold on to stuff tight because if I don't, my hand will go loose and I'll drop stuff all the time. So nothing like dropping a wrench while you're working on an engine. You're just staring into the engine housing like, damn it. Now I got a stick with a magnet on it so I can reach down there and pick up anything. Oh, man. Peacock King. I believe I think I remember a Peacock King. I'd look it up, but literally I think my phone's across the room in a charger. Inning 2 or no? No. We're only on episode. Got to wear the glasses so I can actually read. G versus E is only on episode 8. I think we went a full season or 2. IMDb. You know what? I sit there talking about my computer, my phone being across the room, but I do have a computer right in front of me, so I can do things like this. 1 hour. How many episodes? G versus E. And 2 seasons. It says 2 seasons. Why is it not wanting to go there? And yeah, we got plenty of episodes. It was 11 episodes per season, and we're only on episode 8 of the first season. So we got another whole season to go. He shot marbles with his thumb. Yeah. No, we're pretty good. Viper still got a lot to go. Ghost Story, not so much. Martian Chronicles, like I said, that's a miniseries, so that'll be done soon. And then I'll fix something else. Sammy Boy Smith, the Savant. What's up? Oh, my bad. Sorry. No, you're fine, Michael. I know I had to look it up. Makes me think of Lane. Yeah, Serial Experiment Lane. That's pretty good. We are currently working on Pickle Comic Con. I got to get the location because 2 places want me, and so we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to. It looks like we're going to book a band for Saturday night, the night before, and we're going to book an anime themed band. Pixel. I really need that. God dang it. This is how I know I'm old, man. I have to keep throwing on the glasses so I can read what you guys are commenting. Sometimes I can read it. Sometimes it's blurry as hell. Oh, man. Scuffed down the middle. Piquay. Piqua. It's where I'm from. Hold on. I will write that down for you here. Piqua. Ohio. It is it's an Indian word, supposedly. Means up from the ashes, supposedly. Although there are no Native Americans still in this area. I'm one of the few partially Native Americans still floating around here. And I'm only like an 8th or something like that. So, yeah. I've heard of pickle. You know what? So many people, so many times, if I do talk to text, it translates pickwa into pickle. I've had people ask me if I live in Pickle, Ohio. Pickle? Like the vegetable? And I'm like, no, Pickle, like in the indigenous people language. I think it's Shawnee, I believe. Um, Literally, Shawnee is on the other side of the town. But yeah, no. Pickle Comic Con is I probably should call it Pickle Comic Con, and so- except for we've been doing this for 11 years, busting our ass, still doing it, having fun. Um, it is a huge hassle. Yeah, you need an A instead of an E. Peak, because that's actually a completely different town. Not around here though. I found out through having my stuff shipped to Piqua, Kansas, that there's a Piqua, Kansas. Uh, that sucks, especially when you're supposed to get a big order like the Wednesday or Thursday before a holiday, and it ends up in a completely different state, and then you have no product that you paid for, and then you got to wait till they ship it back out again. So there's a venue going to Thunder. Oh my god! Except for, yeah, I'd like to do that. There's a Canton in China. That makes sense. Classic pickle puffs the other day. I used to love pickles, and now I only really like deep fried pickles because I'm old and I like things fried. Uh, actually, I like things in the air fryer now, but I'm that guy now. I'm getting old and I need to lay off the fried foods. Slow down a little bit. I'm gonna slow down. One day I will. I figure, yeah. The Pringles has puffs. Wow. I knew they had the Vlasic Pringle chips. I did not know they had puffs. Wow. I really shouldn't. I don't know. No one else would eat them in the house, so yeah. Although I know every brand of white cheddar popcorn because that's Vince's favorite thing in the world. So yeah, there's a lot. He likes Smart Food white cheddar popcorn. You try to buy him anything else, and it's a no go unless it's popcorners, and he's fine. Autism is awesome. Yeah, 100%, Michael. Man, puffcorn is I love puffcorn. There we go. Piqua, Ohio. 100%, Celeste. Right there you are. I talked to a girl I grew up with the other day. We've known each other since the first grade, and she's like off in New Mexico and doing like real stuff, and I'm here selling comic books and video games to people. I'm autistic and should be, man. Vince's I could probably diagnose as autistic, more ADHD probably. Never was diagnosed because my parents did not want that, because that was the stigma back in the day. Now we're just like, yeah, Vince is autistic, whatever. I remember it was like, oh, he's just hyper. I'm old. People, if they tested over, yeah, they when I was a kid, it was just like, oh, he's just hyper. He just doesn't, oh, whatever. And now you're like, oh no, shit. These kids who I grew up with all had serious problems that we just threw them under the bus because no one wanted to deal with them back then. So, and I mean, I know I had AD. I have OCD 100%. As you can tell with all the comic books. Yeah, if I go without comic books for like a week, I get really weird, and yeah, my dad was aggressive about it. Yeah, there's, I don't know. I knew it was a really big possibility with Vince. I mean, my brother-in-law is severely autistic, nonverbal. He's literally a month younger than me, and he will, we'll be taking care of him the rest of his life. But yeah, he's no, Vince is nowhere near that. Vince, there's a good chance Vince could be, at least at some point, maybe on his own, but I doubt it. He'll probably live with me and Tina forever. I don't care. Hell, my other kids could be 70s, 80s doctors were different, 100%. I've lived my entire life afraid I was going to have a heart attack, and I'm the healthiest one in my family. Because that's the problem with my mom's side of the family, but they all did not take care of themselves, and I do recently. About any bad thing you could eat or drink or whatever, I did. Food wise, I was never that bad, but yeah, smoked a little bit when I was younger, but I mostly smoked cigars. So thank goodness for that's funny. But no, it is different. It's way different, man. You go to the doctor, it's like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do this. Now they're like, no, do not do that. That's not good for you. I'm like, well, you've been telling us for 110 years that was good for us. Now it's not. And then the stuff that was bad for us is now good for us. Oh, well, it's cholesterol. Well, there's good cholesterol and there's bad cholesterol. What? Man, in the 80s, there was cholesterol. Just end of subject. Done. My son's teacher treated my son like shit, ADHD, dyslexia. But, Blue, that's why Vince has been homeschooled. We went through all that crap with Brandon and Joe. Yeah. They still meet the macros with a but no, I have a bit of ADHD, bit of OCD. Tina has some dyslexia. Joe has some dyslexia, which is really funny because he watches everything subtitled, like I do. My hearing sucks, so I have to do everything subtitled. Working in factories too much. It's like just ringing constantly. So. All right, Borf, what's your favorite Pop-Tart, man? Shoot. Vince made me buy Girl Scout cookie Pop-Tarts the other day, and they do not taste like lemon Pop-Tarts. Huh. I didn't know they made lemon Pop-Tarts. I'm a psychopath. I love me some plain, unfrosted strawberry Pop-Tarts. Cherry with butter. That is, okay, that's good there, Sammy boy. I like it. I like a good Pop-Tart with some butter on there. Yeah. Son from 8 years old. Yeah. Blue, 100%. I would, 3 of my kids were homeschooled. Brandon ended up graduating from regular high school. He was homeschooled for a while. Joe was homeschooled, and Butter's a must on Pop-Tarts. Oh, my God. Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart? It's so freaking good. Yeah, I can blame Family Guy for that. I had never put butter on a Pop-Tart till then. And then all of a sudden I'm like, well, that sounds delicious. Oh, have you ever made, I saw them make this and I've not done it because I'm not a big ice cream guy. You take 2 toasted Pop-Tarts and then put ice cream between them and eat them. And I'm like, okay, that's a fat guy sandwich. Lemon Pop-Tart sounds amazing. Now I gotta go find them. Our local Kroger's does not have them. I'll have to go to, maybe I'll go to a different Kroger. The one, I like to bite. See, I Pop-Tarts are Pop-Tarts, but I do like them thrown in a toaster. I'm also extremely lazy when it comes to it because sometimes I just throw them on a bar back here and then I'll just snag one when I'm working and sit here at the computer and eat cold Pop-Tarts. So, oh my God. Oh man. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm at I had to go to the meat market today and because I had a like a gift certificate from literally from last year and it was expired tomorrow. So I went there and got some chopsticks, and I'm like, I'm throwing these in a smoker because I want to see what that tastes like. And so I'm gonna season them all up, throw them in the refrigerator, let them season, all that soak in overnight, and then throw them in a smoker and see what they taste like. But I don't know. I don't think I got a movie Thursday. Yeah, I usually I like to go to the movies with Joe and Trevor, but I don't think we have any movies right now. So the peanut butter bacon banana toasted sandwich. I have had a Elvis blue. That's what I call it. I checked myself. They are lemon blueberry crumble. Oh my god! Although I'm not gonna lie, I just was at Kroger's the other day and I scored some lemon blueberry scones. And I'm a scone guy. I like a good scone, and those were delicious. Even the Vince loved them, man, and he's picky on what he eats, but man, he ate the hell out of them lemon blueberry scones. Um, I'm partial. I'm like a little British, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, goddamn peanut. Today was the 1 year anniversary of quitting smoking. Good job, Autumn. Hell yeah. I've been working at trying to get my buddy Mick to stop smoking. Love him to death, but he stopped smoking, and then he got stressed out and started smoking again. So now I got to get him to stop smoking. He's moving into a new apartment, so hopefully we can get him to stop smoking. Yeah, that's one thing I'm glad. I was never a big smoker, just a cigar smoker, and I was alive in the '90s, so I smoked a lot of clove cigarettes. Oh my god, lemon blueberry does sound yummy. Anybody remember those? Remember the clove cigarettes when they're like the 1990s because you had to be all gothy and cool. Uh, it's a mind over matter, 100%. Tina quit smoking. One of the best things that ever happened. Switch to vape. See, I know some people vape worked great for them, and other people, man, cloves. Yeah. World stage, hello. Yeah. But man, yeah, congratulations. Keep up the good work. Peace. What up? Oh, nothing. Just chilling out with everybody here tonight. So for those who do watch the Anime Source, how many of you guys watch the Anime Source? Let me know. So you're welcome, Autumn. I wish I could get a pack of cloves. Man, I don't even know where you buy clove cigarettes anymore. Used to be a really good tobaccoist around here, and that's where I'd get my cigars and clove cigarettes from. So, yeah. But no, I'm working on something. They illegal now? My first cigarette was a Great Mother's Cool. Quit smoking cigarettes out of 4 years ago. Okay, well, Sammy, we're CX1. For those who want to know, CX1 will be returning soon. I'm not gonna lie. When I was young, I started smoking just because it was cold outside, and that was super dumb reason to start smoking. Remember standing outside in the cold? Yeah. So you're like, oh, you smoke, keep you warm, and then that was all bullshit. So wish I could do the anime live, but it's late for me. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to watch it live. You just enjoy it whenever it's on. You cannot buy cloves in Missouri. Wait a second. I will find out. Alexa, are clove cigarettes legal in the state of Ohio?
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
She doesn't have an answer for that. Fuck cigarettes, yeah. But oh yeah, I'm so freaking proud of you there, Autumn. Good job. Dude, till my meds kick in. Yeah, government. That's like here in Ohio, we voted to legalize recreational marijuana, and now they're like, well, you guys don't deserve that. We're going to take that away from you again. even though we voted for it. You got these people telling you what you can and can't do, even though everybody voted for it. But there in Michigan, they're laughing like, ha ha, we get all this money for taxes. We'll tax this shit out of weed. So, and they'll make all the money. So I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I've said this once, I'll say it 1,000 times. I'd rather somebody smoking weed than somebody drinking. I've never almost gotten into a fist fight with my buddy because he was stoned, but I've almost gotten into fist fights with my friends because we were drinking. So, oh man, yeah. So yeah, they're just, yeah, it's freaking weird. I don't know. Government is weird. Yeah, it's you make my sorry, Blue. I made your Alexa pop off. That's hilarious. I've literally had mine answer from a commercial on TV. And then the one at the shop just randomly answers questions. You'll be sitting there and all of a sudden be like, I don't know if I can answer that for you. And you're like, no one asked anything. What the hell? So they do that to tell you they can do it. Yeah, 100%. They're going to. There you go, Autumn. Playing with my emotions. Oh my God. Talk about playing with my yes, Michael, kind of. I don't know if I'm going to do a cartoon episode of I have something kind of planned for next week. I'm thinking about doing a special rewind episode. If that gives you a little hint. I've done so many Christmas cartoons. I don't know if I can find any more that I can air. Emotional damage. Sorry, I shouldn't do that. That's horrible, but that's funny. I love doing that. As I'm going to ask you, is anybody, no spoilers, no nothing, has anybody watched it? Welcome to Derry yet? Because that movie that just totally screwed with my emotions, and I don't know if I was ready for that. Not a fan of the fried rice guy. More money on pot than sir. Yeah, they do. Jeez. Yeah. Oh man. But no, if you watch it, you'll understand why I said they mess with your emotions. That's how I knew I was getting old. I was hard, man. When I was younger, man, I was like, rrr. And I'm where they dug up. Oh shoot, you got a ways to go, Worf. Yeah. World stage, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? Right. So good, man. The first couple episodes were a little bit, and the special effects in that once the cemetery scene were not the best. Yeah, Alexis. Yeah, probably. I like the movies, but Derry series is good. See, I like the movies, but I like chapter 1 more than I like chapter 2. But it was literally one of my favorite books growing up. Read it way too young. I read that in like junior high. The Strange Darling movie is good. I heard it is. So VHS. Yeah. I'm one of them kids that grew up watching stuff and reading stuff. Watching the newest episode, World. Ooh, it's a good one. 2 cassettes. Yeah, the 90s one was a double VHS tape collection. Although I got it now and it's all on one tape. It's literally like a 4-hour long tape. So that was an awesome finale. I can't wait for season 2. Plural Abyss is good. Stranger Things has been kicking ass. I will say this. Damn, Steve Harrington better make it to the end of Stranger Things. They already took Eddie from us. That they took why can't I think of the Russian guy's name? They took him away. Dude, horror since I was a kid. Yeah. world. I grew up watching horror movies and reading horror and reading Stephen King in like junior high. And I read it, I think, the seventh grade. Yeah, not an appropriate time to be reading it. Also, yeah, I watched the late night television, Skinamax and all that stuff. 2 VHS. Yeah, well, it's since technically, supposedly, most of Stephen King stuff is interwoven. There's references to it in Tommyknockers and the Langoliers. There's references in the Dark Tower to the turtle and all that fun stuff. This is what I like, man. Stephen King. And technically, I guess if for those who watch the Mist is, I guess, connected, which I love the Mist. Got a great story here. Yeah, I don't know if Pet Cemeteries is connected, but I guess it could be. I had a really good friend, used to work in comics before he ended up passing away. Cancer, fuck cancer. He did art for comic books, but he did art for a book that Thomas Jane wrote. And Thomas Jane and him became friends because they were working on the same book together. And Josh was a huge Stephen King fan. And I remember hanging out with Josh one day, and he was sitting there. He goes, I just watched The Mist. And he goes, the first thing I did was call up Thomas Jane and go, what the fuck? He goes, that's not how the book ended. Yeah, The Mist TV series. See, I didn't know what it is. I think Cujo could be. Sorry, yeah. Josh was a good dude. He was a trip, man. He was I remember doing a con with him one time, and he comes in, his whole side of his face is all busted up. And I was like, Josh, what the hell happened? Why are you here? And he goes, I got into a fight with the floor last night. And I went, what? And he goes, I was drinking and I was on my cancer meds. He goes, and I passed. And I went, dude, you never fight the floor. And he goes, why? I said, the floor will never back down. But yeah, he was a good dude. Did G.I. Joe for a while. G.I. Joe's America's Elite. Did art for that. Did art for one of the Chucky comics. Did art for Hack Slash. Did some other stuff like that. My sister would rent. Hell yeah, Michael. That's a great sister. I rented whatever I wanted, man. This is bad. I live in a town, only had about 22,000 people at the time. And we had, I think, at least 4 rental places, plus both grocery stores, at least 2 of the grocery stores all 3 grocery stores rented movies. I think someplace else has rented movies. And they all knew me, so I just rented wherever the hell I wanted to rent. So I'm literally like junior high, renting like Ilsa, She-Wolf of the SS. And movies that I definitely should not have been watching. So The Body and Needful Things with Kiefer Sutherland character. Yeah. Missing those days. Mads are really good. Have to check that out. See, I'm behind on my horror movie watching. I've been watching lots of TV, working on this, watching anime so I can keep up and talk with the Joe about it. Then like seeing your kid get excited when he's like, what episode are you on? So I'm like, yeah, I'm on episode like 224 of 366. Yeah. Have you, oh my God. Yeah. See, I saw the new Predator. I actually enjoyed the hell out of that. It's really good. Yeah, it's a little comedic at points, but the whole point is it's a young predator, and yeah, makes sense. But I dig it. I dig Predator movies. I don't care. Even the bad ones still good to me because it's Predator. He used to hang out at 2 different video rental places back then. Me too. I can tell you it was Video USA and Video Showcase I knew people there. But let's see. Home Video Ventures was one that I hung out with. Dark Harvest is. You know the best thing, Blue. I got a great story. Dark Harvest. I did an interview on my podcast with Gary Tunnicliffe. Gary Tunnicliffe said that he didn't think Dark Harvest was ever going to get released. It'd been filmed like a couple years ago, and it was done. He was one of the ones that did the makeup and stuff for it, and he was like, I don't think it's going to get released. He told me this. He's like, I can tell you about it. He goes, he gave me the whole synopsis and everything. I don't think it's getting done. And sure enough, it did. So, I had a great story involved Sloppy Joes and the Day of the Dead. Cool. I love Prometheus. Not a fan of Covenant though. Both shots were called Vision Video. Oh, okay. Vision Video. That does sound like a video. We had Home Video Ventures, Video USA, Hollywood Video Showcase, Front Row Video. Front Row Video was hilarious. They went out of business, and I had like 10 movies out, and then they just closed. So I still have all 10 of those movies. They're like boxed up somewhere. They're old VHS. Diamond Video. Yes, we had a Diamond Video too. That was one of the other ones we had. I don't think that was a franchise, but it could have been. Then of course the Kroger's, Jesus Christ, no, all four grocery stores had it. So then family ended up destroyed. Yeah, really good. You know what's? Oh yeah, they did a damn good job with Dark Harvest. Redbox was weird, man. When it first dropped, I remember walking into McDonald's one day and I'm standing in line and I'm like, damn, this line's long. And this goes, oh, are you waiting for food? I went, yeah, because that's the Redbox line. And I was like, oh, and I got up and got my food and walked out. This is breakfast. That's the only thing I ever usually eat at McDonald's is breakfast. I miss the smell of Blockbuster. I was a manager at Hollywood Video, and there's nothing like that. I miss it and hated it simultaneously. I could go the rest of my life without some of the employees, and some of the upper management, and a handful of customers. But there were some customers I miss today. I wish I did it. Senior game advisor, GameStop. I'm not gonna lie, this close. I was supposed to be the manager at a Game Crazy, which was owned by Hollywood Video, and I still smell those large jawbreakers. I can see that. Never heard of Redbox. Redbox, the video rental thing where you outside, it was a convenience, like a kiosk. And yeah. But Redbox. God. Yeah. The Game Crazy thing was a debacle. I still miss that. EB Games. How about Babbage's? That's how old I am. I remember when EB Games and GameStop and all that was Babbage's. Or was it Software, etc.? One of the two. I know it was Babbage's at one point. Yeah. Ooh. Yo, FYE. Our FYE went out, but now I have a friend who still works at FYE. He works a few cities away, but he was still working there last time I checked. I have to message him and see if he's still working there. They also are still connected. It was a FYE and it's a Suncoast Video, and it's all one place. And you never like Suncoast Video and FYE. What the hell? Oh, man. EB Games is still around. I think they're a division. I think they're still a division of GameStop. I don't think they're by them. Oh, I don't know anymore. Was Warden's a thing? Not around here, Borf. I think it was, but always wanted to work at a video rental. I did too until I worked there, Blue. I came in as management. And Walden's, yes, that is a real thing. Walden's is, I think it's still around. I think Walden Books is still around. Yeah. I mean, I'm really lazy and about buying books, and if I buy books, I just order them through my distributors. Books. So, all right. So, Michael, I think I might have you beat on this one. We were watching the OG original Evil Dead, and we were at my buddy's house, and his sister was on the couch with a tray eating spaghetti. And it's where the pencil in the foot scene, and they're like doing all this stuff like that, and then all this stuff going on in there, and she's just eating spaghetti, and she just puts her spaghetti down, puts it over, walks over, puts it in the dog dish, puts it in the sink, and walks away. Because she's like, no, I'm good. No. I worked at a comic book shop before I joined up. Hell yeah, John. I don't know if I've been working in comic books way longer than I've never worked in comics. I started at 15 and I'm 51 now. So that tells you anything. So no, first into that should be I can tell you this. The Army of Darkness had not even been remotely thought of when we were watching this. So same thing happened to me when Blockbuster closed. He told me to keep the video. So they didn't even tell me to keep the video. You couldn't return it. So I was like, I guess they're mine now. And the worst part about it is I didn't pay to rent them either because one of my best friends worked there. So I got free rentals all the time. Although, great story. He calls me up one day and he's like, hey, you need to get over here now. And I'm like, why? And he goes, now. I'm like, okay, I'm eating. He goes, they liquidated all the Nintendo and Super Nintendo and Sega games. They just threw them away. And I'm like, oh, I'm right there. I ran over there and I dug in their dumpster and took all their Nintendo, Super Nintendos, everything, threw them in my car. I didn't even question it. I just grabbed everything because they just chucked them. Instead of trying to even sell them, they just chucked them because they didn't think they would sell because they were outdated. Duplicated so many. Oh my God. More 100%. I think we all did that. I remember being a kid and I had all 3 Raiders of the Lost movies on one tape, and I had 3 Star Wars movies on one tape. And I watched all 3 Star Wars movies over and over and over again, and I had to keep recording it because I would just literally just put it in, rewind it, watch it, rewind it, start it all over again. But no, it was weird when that whole era started to kind of the rental era started to collapse. Literally, I was leaving Hollywood Video when Netflix took over. Then I've happened. Yeah, when Hollywood Video, they were trying to do a Netflix type thing, and it failed miserably. I know that so did Blockbuster. They tried to do that after they had a chance to buy Netflix, and Blockbuster said no because they didn't think it would work. And now look, all we have is Netflix. So I do miss video stores. There's something weird about it, but yeah, I am a physical media guy, as you guys all know. Oh, excuse me. So sorry. Yeah. So I don't know. My wife laughs because she's like, you got all these movies. What, you can stream everything. I was like, yeah, you can't. I was like, go stream Outland with Sean Connery. She comes back. She goes, it's not streaming anywhere. And went, I know. And that's why I own it. So, oh man. Well, there are some places where the video store is coming back. Napster and LimeWire. Oh, both those were. LimeWire was so bad, but I bootlegged so much music from there. I never really used Napster, though. That's great, Michael. Um, there is a rise in return of video stores because so many people, um, like my parents live out in the country. They do not get good enough internet to stream anything, and if they do, they can only stream like 2 or 3 movies a month before they burn up all their stuff. So use the hell out of LimeWire. So Cheech and Chong's next movie, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Oh yeah, 10 years old. Yeah, heck yeah, that's a good lineup. So you use the hell out of LimeWire. Oh my god, LimeWire was so good. Except for you get like bad quality stuff or stuff that's completely unnamed. I remember the first time I found Dope doing "You Spin Me Around Like a Record." It kept saying Marilyn Manson. I've never watched Old Yeller again. Yeah, I see that creep. Oh my god. Yeah. The they are reopening. Yeah. It's because people were going back to physical media because they're learning. Like me, I had a Voodoo account, and I used to always get when people would bring in stuff to sell at the store. I would just take those little tickets out, and I would just save all the codes and put them in the computer. So I had hundreds of movies to my Voodoo account. And when Voodoo became Fandor or something like that, all my stuff was lost. Yep, the Fendor. Yeah, it was like Super, but with Woody Harrelson and Kat Denning. I actually like Super a little bit better, but I think Defendor had a better cast because Kat Denning. Wait, it was Static X Destroyer. Yeah, Static X Destroyer. I've seen that tour. I've seen Static X like 5 times before old Wayne passed away. If I dig through my vinyl, I have a signed copy of one of the Static X albums. So, yeah. You know what I found out weird? Kat Denning married freaking Andrew WK. So, saw them with Pantera, and it's great. I've seen Static X with Powerman 5000 and Dope a lot. And of course, that explains why, because Zero is Edsel Dope because he was friends with the guys from Static X. So, 96 Kansas City. Trying to think the first time I seen Static X. I think it was 99 with Powerman 5000. 90, 98. I don't know. So, 06. You know what's crazy, Michael, is your big streaming networks like your Netflix, your Hulu, and all that stuff don't have as good a selection in horror movies as the free ones do. It's crazy. Yeah, audio's fixed there, Clyde. I had to just shut down YouTube and bring it back up, and it worked fine. Reinventing the Steel. Oh my god, I think that was the last tour. I've seen Pantera, Cowboys from Hell, Vulgar Display of Power, Great Southern Trendkill, Far Beyond Driven. I don't know. I seen them like 6 times, 7 times, somewhere in that ballpark. So, but yeah, we literally, I'm gonna put this out there for those who do not know. Skid Row and Pantera was my senior prom. I had choices. Choices were made, and I went and seen Skid Row, Pantera instead of going to my prom. And that being said, Tina's prom was Slayer. And again, choices were made and decisions were made. I've been collecting my favorite more on physical media too. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was. I haven't watched it in a bunch of years there, John, but yeah, I did enjoy Like I said, I didn't like it as much as I liked Super, but I like the cast of Defender better than Super. But I'm not a big Rainn Wilson fan. He just, although he was a good Henry Mudd from, if you guys watch Strange New Worlds, which is phenomenal, and everybody should watch Strange New Worlds. Yeah, because it is good. Yeah, that's what I watch a lot. And I know I literally am at a point where I watch Star Trek every day again, and because I'm a huge freaking nerd. My wife makes fun of me, and I go, "You married me." Anytime my wife gives me crap about being a nerd, I go, "You came in my shop and met me. You knew from day one that I was a comic book nerd because you came into my store, and that's when you met me." So, but yeah, she deals with it. You know, there should be a lot. She said there's a lot worse she could be doing. So I'm like, yeah, because this is all I do now. I'm this comic books and my movies and my video games and doing this that I'm currently working on with the show for you guys. And I like doing it. I like having. I don't know. It keeps me occupied and keeps me from doing stupid stuff. And I tell that to a lot of people. So you are you. Yes, I am me. It was Southern Skids. And oh yeah, well I was going to tell you, the girl I went to school with, she was sitting there laughing because we were talking about my wife and stuff like that, and she goes, "Oh, how you been?" I was like, "I don't know, I'm still the same person." I was like, 51-year-old Paul is not much different than 15-year-old Paul, except for I have a wife and kids now, and a job and a car. I can't say I had a job. I had a job then too. I actually worked more hours at 15 than I do now at 51. Because at 15, I was working at a grocery store and a comic book store and going to school. So I was working like, I don't know, like probably like 80 hours a week. Now I'm only working like 60 between this and my actual real job, the comic shop, and doing all the other stuff I do, booking and all that fun stuff. For $5.50, I wished I could have made $5.15 an hour, man, when I first started. My first job, I was making $3.85. So where does the energy go? I used to work a ton more in my younger years too. $3.76, man. We people wonder how I can do this. I mean, literally, I go to the gym, I run the shop, I do this show, I do my shows, I spend time with my wife and my kids, I go bowling on Sundays. And what year was that? $3.85. That would have been 1988 or 89. So yeah, I like staying busy. A lot of people freak out because they're like, how do you do all this? I'm like, I don't know. Just, and for the, I've told you guys this before, I was an alcoholic and heavy drinker. So I like to stay away from that crap. And doing all this stuff like that keeps me occupied. Minimum wage when I started was $3.35. Yeah, we were. I got a nickel more than what minimum wage was. Oh my god! Well, it's like talking about when I was making really good money and I was making $16.75 an hour in 2000 ish, and people were like, "What? That's starting pay?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's been for years." So, digital, I buy our new releases since they're cheaper and not worth $30, like Megan too. Expedia money. See, I get so much stuff through my shop now, and I get stuff at wholesale for the most part, or I buy used. I don't buy a lot of new stuff. That's my kids buy me stuff for Christmas and my birthday and Father's Day. My kids know what to buy me. I get Godzilla movies and anime from my kids. From Tina, I get records, and usually like t-shirts. So you used to call it center money. Yeah. See, man, I don't know. I've been hustling since God, I was like 12 years old. Working, I tell you, I started like 12, mowing yards, raking leaves, shoveling snow. You had that whole thing. Then at 14, I started working at a grocery store, working like 30 odd hours a week. Definitely illegal now, because they didn't care back then. So they would work you to death, because I'd literally go get off school, go to work until 10, 11 o'clock at night, go home, usually watch Star Trek or something, go home, go to bed, sleep like 4.5 hours, get up and go to school the next day and start it all over again. So when I was a kid, candy bars were 50 cents and ice cream was a nickel. I remember when I could get a loaf of bread, go to the grocery store, get a loaf of bread, a bag of flour, jelly, peanut butter, milk, eggs, and all for a nickel, as long as the security cameras weren't working. Lions Club mints. Oh my God, I forgot about those things. Although I found while I was cleaning the shop the other day a Lions Club pin. When you post that, Morph, I thought that was hilarious. Lions Club like lapel pin was in a box of junk I found the other day. That's what happens when you clean the shop. I literally, if it's stuff I don't know if I can sell, I would throw it in a box and forget about it. So yeah, I'm horrible with that. There's all kinds of stuff I really need to clean and throw away at the shop. I'm slowly giving anything that might have any value to my buddy who throws up everything on eBay. So if he thinks it might have some value, it goes up there. We look it up, see if it goes from there. It might be money. I might have to check it out. But yeah, it's a Lions Club lapel pin. USAA call center money. Jeez. No. Yeah, it's I worked way too much, way too young. My parents wondered why I didn't date. I was like, because I don't have the time off work. I worked every Friday and Saturday night when I was in high school. So when are you supposed to go out? Fridays and Saturday nights is the nights I had to work. You got school the next day. You're definitely not going out on a date on Tuesday. So they have ties with the I don't know. I don't even know what the Lions Club does. I'm not even sure what the Shriners do. There's three things I never figured out. The Optimist clubs, the Rotary clubs, and the Lions clubs. I have no clue what any of those people do whatsoever. So I Masons. At least I kind of know what Masons do, but recently the Shriners Army. I did not know that, though, but that does explain something because they got the little fez hats. That's all I know is Shriners. They drive little tiny cars and have fezzes. A couple years ago, I came this close to buying a Shriner little goat cart because it looked like a little Corvette. So, when I was a kid, we had to be street lights, and the weaker kids made us solve mysteries. Oh, yes. Me and Tina had this whole discussion about being feral as children. I go, we were the generation that was just left to our own devices. I literally come home from school. My mom would be at work. My dad, my mom and dad were divorced. My mom had shitty boyfriends, and I just did whatever I wanted. I ate acorns. How are you still alive, Borf? Go-kart, yeah. But, oh, man. Yeah. Billy Goat DNA. Acorns. I was horrible. I'd have a wrist rocket. What, Whitney? Remember the wrist rocket, the slingshot? Acorns are great in them. They were like they were perfectly aerodynamic too. They pop. My great grandfather was a freak. Like legit freak, like in the freak clubs. I think the Elks Lodge and the Rotaries are the same without like the weird frat vibes. I don't know about the Rotary Club, but I'm going to say the Elks has probably still got a weird frat vibe. Lawn darts. Yes. Love lawn darts. Man. I think I still have my lawn darts if I dig through my crap long enough. I think I still have those. No, sorry, just my dog. You know what? We weeded out the weak. He was legit off the German boat. Oh, wow. Damn. Yeah. I've had them probably since, God, I don't remember them not being in our house when I was a kid. So they had to been like my mom or my dad's before they got married. So they're probably from like the late 60s, as I assume, late 60s, early 70s. But yeah, we'd wing them things, throw them up in the air, and Borf, I just had a discussion the other day. I vaguely remember my great grandparents. I remember my great grandpa because my grandma died when I was like 2 or 3. My grandpa died when I was in like elementary school. Now my boys, my Brandon, Joe, and Vince, they grew up my grandma next door, so that was their great grandma, and they knew her up until a couple years ago. So would work 299 every day and go across the river. Rotary Club mostly do fundraisers. Okay. Just I never knew. We have those. You still get like those signs outside your city that has like the Rotary Club sign and the Lions Club and the all those little offshoot things. Great grand's wish. See on my dad's side of the family, my grandparents were old on my dad's side of the family. I only knew one grandparent on my dad's side. Everybody else was gone before I was born. So, yep. He just joined the route. I can hear the cat jumping around. So, my parents have great grandkids. Not yet. My kids are just no desire to have kids right now. And I'm not 70 was ultra old. Yeah. As my mom and dad turned 70 this year. So, yeah, I guess my parents could be great grandparents relatively soon. But like I said, my kids got no desire to have kids. So, right now, I mean, I'm sure they will down the road. I keep telling Tina, I go, you know that when Joe has kids, the kid's going to be like named like Ichigo or Satoru or something like that. Joe's big in anime, so we're in Ireland, so I never met them. I probably got really lucky that I never met my great grandparents on my dad's side. And probably my great grandparents on my my mom's side probably weren't the best either. I heard my great grandpa was not a good dude, so he would so I don't know. I guess you don't know what you missed if you don't know what you missed. So, you can't miss anything you didn't know you missed. So, yeah. Name them. And we're a lot different, but yeah, they were. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know how that we as a species made it through. When it was just like, yeah, your wife stepped out, beat your kids, you beat everybody when you were the man of the house. So touchy subject, yes. So I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, I have 4 great kids, and my kids might have got their ass beat like twice. Never really, and Vince never did, but yeah, just smack them on the butt and like, knock that crap off. And now you do that, and they're like, "You're gonna go to jail." I remember my buddy he cracked his kid's butt, and his son ran in and called the cops on him. If I wanted to get into Star Trek but not start in the 1960s version, what's a good jump on point? Season 3 of Next Generation, probably season 2 of DS9. If you want to watch Strange New Worlds, it's all real good. Pain is not a good. No, it's not. 100%. It is not a good thing. I don't know. I have 4 kids who've never gotten really any trouble. Stayed out of. I don't have no oops babies or no nothing like that. So yeah. You're welcome, Clyde. I try. I mean, it's all personal opinion, but yeah. I always heard you want me to give you something to cry about? Love that. No. Dude, I didn't want to cry. It's why I probably went 30 years without shedding a tear. Because of that crap. Do I have any Illuminati cards? Maybe. I don't think so, though. That solved the problem. Yeah, the card game. Maybe I have to look. If I do, they're just like boxed up somewhere. Probably didn't sell at the shop, so I just kind of like threw them in a box and forgot about them. Yeah, I don't know. It's growing up is weird. It is. I mean, everybody's. What's the saying? Your parents were your first bully. They're the ones that told you couldn't. I don't know if I ever. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know if I've ever told my kids they couldn't. Whatever my kids thought they could do, I was very supportive. And they just kind of learned that this is not for me, and they moved on. I think that's what a lot of people need to do is like try and then nah, didn't work out, move on. I was the middle of 2 brothers. I was a only child, so yeah, I doubt you. Yeah, 100% was not my kid's first bully. I'm almost 50 and I've seen so much with the world changing, dude. Believe me, I was. I was a single only child. End of discussion. My mom had one, me. She realized she had perfection with the first child and just said, I can't do any better. I was a egotistical, smart kid when I was younger. I was told at a relatively young age how smart I was, and I was like, yeah, I already knew. It did not help my ego. Anytime I get a big ego, Joe goes, "Just shut up, Dad. Just shut up. Don't feed the ego. Don't feed the ego." See, yeah, John. Brandon and Joe and Trevor thinks Vince gets away with murder. Still to this day, I think that's every kid. But I let Joe and Brandon get away with so much shit too. Oh my god. Yeah. But no. Trevor is my adopted son. He's my oldest. He'd been in our family like with us most of the time since he was 9, and then we at 14, he became part of our family permanently. So Vince gets away with. Yeah, Vince gets away with a lot. Vince doesn't really do much. He's a pretty cool little chill little dude. He loves playing video games and he'll push it. Don't get me wrong, he will push things, but yeah. He's my bud. So yeah. And Trevor is he's a good dude. He went off to the Navy, served, came home, bought his first house recently. The only one, Brandon has his own house. He's does in-home healthcare. Joe works for me. Basically, he's going to take over when I'm done. It's his. So if he wants to, he can. If he doesn't, he can close it up. And yeah. I wish I would have done it 100%. But I also glad I didn't because I was really bad when I was younger. I would have lost the house. So now I've got, my house that I have now. Yeah, I would never had this back then. Yeah, see, Michael, one of my best friends was that way. His brothers and sisters were like almost my parents' age, and he was my age. So there was like a big chunk between them. So yeah, Blue, do that, man. Oh man. Wit. I was this close. I was in between jobs, kinda. Going into 9/11, I was working at a hotel, making crappy money, dealing with crappy people, and I was signing up to join the National Guard in August of 2001. And then they were telling me, "Oh, well, you're going to be here and here," and I just couldn't be away from my kids that long, so I just kind of was like, "All right, I'm done." And then, of course, 9/11 hit. So, but you know what? Thank you for your support. I appreciate it, Mr. Witt. Yeah, I was this close, like I said. But then again, I almost joined the Coast Guard when I got out of high school, but I did it. I stayed. I did not join the Coast Guard because of a woman, and that woman was not Tina yet. Literally like a year and a half later, I met Tina. So, man, I'm so glad I met her. She keeps me grounded, keeps me from, wanting to serve the country. Yeah. My son, Trevor, served 8 years in the Navy. It's been all over the world. Found out that there was a real place called Djibouti because my son, he was stationed in Djibouti. And I cannot say that without laughing. And he said it's a horrible, horrible place to go. How long have I and Tina been together? Since 1993. We've been together for 32 years. It's been up and down. Don't get me wrong. I am really hard to live with. Was a lot harder when I was younger. But yeah, been married since 99. Not 99. Yeah, 99. Because yeah, we got married. It's like 5.5 years later. So yeah, yeah, believe me, it's not easy. She makes it easy. I make it really hard. I'm pretty impulsive sometimes, and just kind of. I used to be way impulsive. I just did whatever I wanted to do whenever I wanted to do it, and damn the consequences. And now I'm like, I'm mellow. I like where I'm at. Realistically, for the most part. That's my cat making noises. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. 3 generations. That's neat. Ooh. Damn. That sucks. Yeah, I was I knew what I was going to be doing. It's the Gemini. Yeah, 100%. I am kind of a chaotic. Blue, yeah. I mean, it can be a really good place. It can be a bad place. Um, I'm surprised because I think if I wouldn't have met Tina when I did, I was going to move out of the country at one point. So, want to open a record coffee shop. That'd be a good idea. Um, I have worked in comic books and stuff since, like I said, since I was 15. And I've had a couple shops over the years, and then this one just took off because I started embracing more than just one thing. And yeah, I'm all good now. So location, you know, you got to find the right place at the right time to do the right thing. Um, I opened mine as mostly used video games, and I just went from there. So, Fallout, bro. So that's how I know it's time. I get a message from the Tina. Fallout dropped. She's ready for that. So, but I have to get ready, guys, because I have to really get back to working on this week's shows and all that fun stuff. But it has been great chatting with you guys. Out in the woods in Texas right now. Not sure how it would work here. Depends on where at in Texas, that's for sure. Yep, I will be back Friday night. I got the lineup all scheduled. Saturday we'll be back. I'm working on that right now. Yeah, we'll be doing some cool stuff. Yeah, so I want you guys to take care. We'll see you all there. And from the captain and the Vince, because he's upstairs probably playing video games, we're going to say bye. Good night, all. Fun facts. I will look that up, Autumn, when I get done here. So, good night. Later, all.